So I wanted to do a creepy, spooky opening for this video, but lo and behold, my flashlight is out of batteries, and plus it's morning, so even if I turn the lights off, it's probably still gonna. Yeah, the light's just gonna ruin the effect, you know. That it happens. But yeah. Happy November? Happy Saturday? I can't say happy Halloween because Halloween's over. Way over. But we still wanted to do something kind of, sort of, not really Halloween related. Like, I'm sure we'll plan for something more in the future. I would love for it to be like the whole month of October we could post like Halloween related videos, but you know, we're still starting out as a channel, so we're gonna have little hiccups like that. But I still wanted to do something because even though Halloween's over, it's still autumn, and autumn in itself can have this kind of creepy feel to it, even when it's not Halloween. So, for today's video, I'm gonna pull it up right now. For today's video, I will be listing off the top 8, count 'em, 8, dark-themed 48 group songs. This will be kind of similar to our graduation one if we'll be taking into account the PV music videos if they have them. And we'll be listening. And the reason why it's not a top 10 is like there are quite a couple, but these are like the darkest ones that we could find. Yeah, okay. So the first song I would like to bring up at number 8 is Yamanote-sen, which is a B-side from Keiakizaka's first single, Silent Majority, and is Hirate Yurina's solo song, her first solo song ever in the group. I'm just going to put it out there ahead of time. There are several Keiakizaka songs in this list, and I mean, can you really blame me? They've gotten the reputation of being known as the Dark Idols. They have darker songs than anyone else in the 48-46 group. So it makes sense that they would be on a couple spots of this list. But yeah, reading the lyrics to this song, I can see why it was dark, but then the meaning of it, which was told for me from a Tumblr post, how the lyrics are and how they reflect in the music video, which I'll actually read them off here for you guys. Yamanote-sen tells the story of a girl lost in thoughts. She reflects on an existence that doesn't seem to fit her. Her looking through the train window actually symbolizes the contemplation of her life, empty of any purpose. She's a wanderer. This melancholy in his artistic form is called a spleen. Broken lights, old hotel room represents the past. Yurina lying on the bed looking at the ceiling represents the dream. This is where her charismatic, mysterious aura was born. Putting on lipstick embodies her wish to become an adult. Unlike children, adults fall in love. The girl of the train still yearned for a warm love that would save her from the spleen. The end shows Yurina leaving the empty room, but it also ends with her falling asleep in the bed. The story will never tell if she got to the next station or if she is condemned to wander endlessly with a lonely heart. So yeah, it's actually a pretty melancholy song, which I didn't know that at first when I was first hearing it, because I thought of this as this kind of haunting. I did get that sad ambience, but I didn't know it was this sad. Okay. So then the next one, number 7, I'm pretty sure this doesn't surprise many people, but number 7 is Uza. This is more for the contents of the music video than the lyrics. The lyrics themselves are kind of a dark love song. It's all about going into a relationship without really showing any remorse for anything they do, just kind of going with the flow, doing whatever it is you feel is right. But then there's the music video itself, which I feel is a perfect Halloween-themed song for the group. I'd say even more so than Halloween Night, ironic enough. But I mean, it kind of helps that it was released on Halloween. I'm pretty sure it was released on Halloween, Uza was. But the music video, if you've seen it, it's very dark. All of them are wearing very dark clothing. The makeup is much different than anything else that they've worn in the group. So it is definitely a spectacle to see, truly it is. Like, it's very creepy. Again, it's sort of that creepy, spooky atmosphere that you would get in autumn and in Halloween, and it's awesome. It's an awesome song. It's an awesome dance sequence that they do. You can find the dance version on YouTube, but I don't think you can actually find the actual music video, which kind of sucks because the actual music video is awesome. Seeing everyone like some of them look like they're dolls coming to life. Some of them have strings on them like puppets. I'm pretty sure one of them is a robot. Yukiri's a Jack in the Box. And then Mayu and Judy in like the dark top hats with the canes and oh man, oh man, it is so great. So like, if you want something a little darker from AKB, definitely check out the music video for Uza. Definitely got that. And then number 6, moving right along with number 6, is Dare no koto o ichiban aishiteru, aka AKB's first yandere song. I'm not making this up. I honestly didn't expect that they would make this sort of song for the group. Like, for the group, they've had plenty of love songs before. It's expected to be there in a pop idol group, but this is a yandere song. Like, the point of view is being told by a yandere character. Which, for those of you who don't know, who are not well versed in like anime and such, because this is sort of more of an anime trope, yandere character is basically a anime character, usually a female character, who has very strong obsessive feelings for someone that they would go to very extreme lengths to be in a relationship with that person or prevent that person from forming a relationship with someone else. Like, they will literally kill for love. Like, like, that's a creepy concept for a character. And the fact that they made a whole song about this where the point of view is the character is a yandere. Like, it's literally in the lyrics of the chorus. Like, right here. You are everything to me. To make you all mine, I'd be okay with killing anyone. Like, you don't hear that normally in a pop idol group song, and yet this is one of the coolest songs in like the modern era, the more recent era of the 48 group. It's a very good song. It's the unit who sings this is Sakamichi AKB, which is basically a combination of members of AKB in the 48 group and members from Nogizaka and Keyakizaka. So if it's mixing all of those groups together, and the sound of it kind of does have that mix of AKB's pop, more recent electric pop image as kind of electric dance pop is becoming more popular, and Keyakizaka's darker image. Combining that together and making this song is amazing. There's nothing really more I can say about this. Like, it's just kind of surprising that AKB of all groups, they have a yandere song. Can't say that about many groups. So the next song on our list, number 5, is the song Yume no Kane, which is from Team K's 6-stage reset. This was actually suggested for me by Michael. He suggested this song for the list. And when I looked at the lyrics, I understood why. Basically, this is a song about war. Like, actual war. When I looked up the lyrics for this, it actually is really dark. That's kind of a simple explanation for that. It doesn't really need any more kind of explaining. It really is. It's about war. But it's a very brutal song, and even watching it performed actually in the theater, because I remember seeing it, I think it was for Sayaka's birthday stage one year, Akimoto Sayaka's birthday stage. But, like, it is very brutal. Like, there's one point where everyone's, like, desperately crawling on the floor of the stage. That's, like, that's intense for a song to be like that. But, yeah. There's not really much more I can say about that. And now, number 4, we have yet another Keyakizaka song to make the list. And this is from their recently released first album, Getsuyobi no Asa Skato o Kirareta, which the English translation for that is Monday morning my skirt was cut. The song itself is about bullying in school, which bullying itself is a very heavy topic for any music group to want to touch upon. But the lyrics themselves, they reflect this very dark, melancholy sort of despair that's within the person's heart of who's singing it. And the music video, again, Keyakizaka's music videos, like, with them being so dark, it fits them very well, and it's a really well put together music video. Like, all of the members kind of reflecting this sort of despair that's coming out from the lyrics, because it truly is a dark and sad song. But, like, hearing what this person is going through, hearing what their thoughts are, it really is something. Like, the part that always gets me when I watch the music video is Techi. Again, Hirata Yurina is amazing in this group. Like, her expressions, this dark aura about her, and the choreography that they give to her, like when she's alone on the bus, or in the choreography where she's being tossed and thrown around by the other members in, like, the final chorus of the song, that's amazing. And it really suits her. The dark image suits Techi more than anyone else of the group, which I guess I understand why they have made her the center for every single song. Not every single song, but, like, the main singles, every single one is like, whew, dang. Next is number 3. You were probably expecting this on this list, but this was from... if you've watched my top 20 SKE songs, then you probably figured this is going to be somewhere on the song, and that's Sekai ga Naiteru Nara. Now, I've already talked about this in the video, but I wanted to go into a bit more depth as to why this song is truly one of the darkest songs that SKE themselves has ever done. The song itself already has this dark atmosphere to it. Again, kind of going back to before, this song is about despair. It's about all this awful stuff that's happening in the world and all this despair that's happening, and how there are people who are so desensitized to it, they're indifferent to it, they don't feel anything for it, and yet the singer is crying out. The singer is expressing that they will cry for anything that happens. They will cry along for everything and everyone that is despairing and suffering in this world. That's already dark on its own. But what really makes this song shine is the musical. And I am going to say everything about this music video. So if you don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead so that you don't hear anything about this. The music video is this very creepy atmosphere, almost like you're watching an entire psychological thriller movie in just the span of 4 minutes. Everything that happens with like the girls being interrogated for this awful crime that's been committed, up until the point where you realize the truth that all this time all of these girls was just one person, that this girl, she went through despair and heartbreak, and it got the better of her, and Rena, in the end, she had her split personalities, Judina, take over, and she did that. She killed the teacher. She committed the crime because she let her despair get the better of her, and it made her lose control. That is so amazing, and that is why I love that PV so much. Like, of any of the PVs of the 48 group or just SK alone, Sekai ga Naiteru Nara is still like my number one favorite PV of all time, just because of that darkness of it, of just the feel of like you're actually watching a movie. Because I don't know if you know this, but AKB has some really well put together PVs that they do really feel like movies. And sometimes they are movies, you know, the drama versions that go out for a really, really long, like 15 minutes or 30 minutes. I think the longest one was an hour, like, whew. Okay, I'm rambling. Okay, so before we get into the top two, I just want to let you guys know something. I didn't hear one of these songs that's on the list, so I stopped recording and went to go listen to the song that I needed to hear, and it made me kind of get emotional, because the what's it the theme of the song is a very heavy topic to talk about, and it kind of shares that topic with the song that's now on number 2. So really, either of these songs can be considered the number 1 darkest song, but I just felt that the new number 1 that I changed, it's much darker, it's much heavier. It made me very emotional. So before we continue on, I do want to put a warning that this might trigger some negative thoughts or emotions that might make people feel very uncomfortable or very emotional, like I did. Like, it was something, it shook me. So if you don't feel comfortable about hearing the topic that I'm going to talk about in these next 2 songs, then skip ahead so that you wouldn't. I don't want to make people feel very uncomfortable or bad. But anyways, the new number 2 is AKB's third major single, Keibetsu Shiteita Aijo. This one is a classic for veteran AKB fans, and the song itself touches upon themes about bullying, like Getsuyobi no Asa, and also suicide, teen suicide. And, that is a real problem everywhere, but like in Japan, they were having a real problem with a lot of teen suicides, especially in high school students, because of bullying. So, just personally, I thought it was very brave for AKB to touch upon a topic like that and to express it in such a way. It's not a graphic, it's not an explicit song or a graphic video by any means, but it's very beautiful in how tragic it is. Like, you don't actually see anything happen. You don't see any blood, or you don't see anyone like actually doing anything. The most we get is a shot at the very beginning of the video where it's made to look like, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it's made to look like something is happening, but it actually doesn't happen. Like, we get the imagery of like the shoes on the top of the roof, and one of the members, Yuko, there's actually a scene where she is standing at the edge of the roof of the school building and she's crying in despair. And there are a lot of shots like that. There are a lot of shots of like some of the girls who are sitting alone, and they're sulking, they're very gloomy, they're very sad. And for the group at this time, they were just early starting out, so seeing something this dark from the group was a first, especially with a topic like that, like bullying or like suicide. It was definitely something incredible to behold, just getting into the group. And it still is. It's still a really good song and a really good video because it conveys that feeling of just wanting someone to give them that affection, to help them. And with that, then we go on to the number one. And the number one darkest song in all of the 48-46 group, I personally consider it to be the darkest of all time. Like, I thought Keibetsu was dark, but no. Number one is Keakizaka's, I guess it shouldn't be too much of a surprise, Otona wa shinjite kurenai. This was a B-side to their third single, which was Futari Seizon. And like everything that's done with Keibetsu Shiteita Aijo, with the feeling of being suicidal and being in the hopeless despair that's felt within the lyrics and within the song, is much heavier and much darker than Keibetsu Shiteita Aijo. Because, like, they actually say it. That's all I can put it with. With AKB, the feeling is there. They don't say it, but you feel it. But with Keakizaka, in the song, they actually say it. Again, you kind of gotta admire Keakizaka for going this dark, but wow. I didn't expect it, so when I first heard it, it's like, whoa, it shook me. That sort of despair within that song, it's like, I'm really sorry I'm getting like this. It really shows that what they were trying to convey there are people who really feel like that. And no one should have to feel like that. I'm sorry. I was just very overwhelmed from hearing the songs and seeing the lyrics, but it's things like that that prove how powerful a song can be with a message like that, or any message. Okay. I did not expect this to be an emotional video for me. I just wiped my tears away with my shirt. But yeah, songs like that, like Keibetsu and like Otona wa Shinjite Kurenai, they make me love the group more. Not just because they have the guts to actually do stuff that's that dark, but they do it in such a profound way that it resonates with people. Like when Keibetsu came out, that drew a lot of attention to the group, especially to younger fans, younger listeners, because like it was actually resonating with people who may have felt like that. And Keyakizaka now, the reason why now Keyakizaka is so popular and so profound as being known as the Dark Idols is because they make songs that resonate with people, especially younger people, millennials, who may or may not feel that way or have felt that way in one time. So, with that, you could easily consider Keibetsu and Otona wa Shinjite Kurenai a tie, but definitely Otona Shinjite wa Kurenai. That is definitely the darkest song ever in the 48 and 46 group. Whew, okay. I'm sorry I got emotional there. I just didn't expect that song was going to be so... Whew. I didn't expect it at all. But, let's see, with those 8, they were the dark themes that we could find, but we also have some honorable mentions that I would like to read out. So one of the first honorable mentions we have is Fukyo Waon. The beat of it is definitely intense, and it is about starting a rebellion against, I guess, an opposing force. So there are some people who I can definitely see this being considered dark, but I put it at honorable mentions because I felt it wasn't as impactful as the other 8 that we just listed off. And then another honorable mention we have is NMB's 48, Inochi no Heso. Again, when I read the lyrics, I could see that there was a dark ambiance to it, but I just couldn't feel it as heavy or as impactful as the other 8, so we just put it at an honorable mention. And then the next 2, so I was originally going to have a list where it was the top creepy or scary songs in the group, but then I looked and they don't really have any creepy or scary songs. Except for 2. So I decided to put these 2 as honorable mentions. Sorry, my nose has stopped up. All the cold weather is kind of giving me allergies. But anyways, the first of the creepy or scary honorable mentions is Boku no Hana, or My Flower, but it was from the first movie that AKB had ever starred in, Densen Uta, or The Suicide Song. I did not expect to talk about suicide this much today. But anyways, Boku no Hana in the song, in context, was scary. Because with this song, context is really key for it. At the beginning of the movie, when you didn't know what was going on or why this song was cursed and causing people to want to kill themselves, in that sense, the song was very creepy and very scary. And yeah, there is some sadness and some melancholy in the song, but when you find out what the song is really about, like at the end of the movie, then it's not really that scary anymore. So I just put it in honorable mentions because by certain context, it's a scary song. And then the last honorable mention, which is probably the creepiest and scariest song that the group has ever done to date, is the song Black Flower. And if you don't know what this is, I will tell you this. This song was created specifically for a certain drama that they did, a certain horror drama that recently aired on American television. Yep. Black Flower is the theme song to Crow's Blood. And they went all out with scaring the socks off of you with this song. Everything about it is so creepy and so unsettling that listening to it, I still get chills. Like, I only ever listen to that song when it's like Halloween or whenever after I've watched Crow's Blood, which I don't do too much because it scares me. But yeah, Black Flower, if you haven't heard it, you can probably find some audio clips of it somewhere. If you just look it up, if you just search AKB48 Black Flower. But yeah, that's definitely the scariest ever. That I just can't say much. You just have to really listen to it to understand. But yeah, that's it for the top dark themed songs. And again, I'm sorry I got very emotional there at the end. It was a very heavy and hard topic for me to talk about. So, I hope, I'm going to close it out like this. I hope that you all have a good day, and, if you ever feel like that, like you just feel that hopelessness, reach out for help, because that's what's very important. You have to reach out to others who will help you. Okay, but yeah, I didn't want to end it on a heavy note. I wanted to end it on a lighthearted, or at least as light as we could get with dark theme songs. This is what I get for doing this list. But yeah, I will just end it there, and probably gonna eat some lunch later. But yes, I hope you all have an excellent day. If you enjoyed this video and what I talked about today, give it a like and maybe subscribe, because I promise you we will have more lighthearted content. We have much more lighthearted content than this. So, yeah, we will see you all later. So, bye-bye.